Tonight,
All rise.
the courtroom confrontation inside the high-stakes trial of Nathan Chasing Horse.
Nathan Chasing Horse spun a web of abuse, caught many girls in that web.
The one-time Dances with Wolves actor turned self-described medicine man.
It's something sacred. It's a mystery.
Accused of using his power to lure and abuse young girls. Charges he still denies.
I do not do these things and to say a miscarriage of justice.
The stunning rebuke from the judge.
You preyed on these women's trust and their spirituality.
Meet the woman at the center of the case.
I hope that he's held accountable in a way where he doesn't see the light of day ever again.
The pain she says she endured in the spiritual group he used to prey on women. What will be Chasing Horse's fate? This special edition of Nightline, the trial of Chasing Horse. We'll be right back.
Today is sentencing day. It's a little nerve-wracking, but I'm also ready.
Corinna Leon LaCroix says she's been fighting for this moment for what feels like a lifetime.
Your Honor, I have tried to write this statement over and over again, trying to find the right words.
Preparing to face off with the man she accuses of abusing her for nearly a decade.
I hope that he's held accountable in a way where he doesn't see the light of day ever again.
Nathan Chasing Horse. Corinna says he'd once been a safe space until he misused her trust to prey on her.
I'd seen other women come forward and get brushed under the rug, and I was so scared that that was just going to happen to me too.
All rise.
Tonight, we take you inside the high-stakes trial of Nathan Chasing Horse. A self-described medicine man, once revered, now reviled, charged in 2024 with crimes including sexual assault with a minor and possession of child pornography. The 50-year-old pleaded not guilty. It's been a staggering fall from grace for Chasing Horse. The former child star acted in the Oscar-winning Dances with Wolves alongside Kevin Costner. He broke through in Hollywood again in another Indigenous story, Dreamkeeper.
Just get the hell out of here, Shane.
And Steven Spielberg's Into the West. He'd transformed himself from a respected actor to a respected medicine man. In a video posted online, a young Chasing Horse describes how he viewed the role of a healer.
These ceremonies, it's wakan, daku wakan. It's something sacred. It's a mystery.
But authorities say his actions were criminal, accusing him of luring young girls from California to Canada, allegedly raping them and making some of them his spiritual wives under the false guise of traditional practices.
Well, chilling new details tonight about Nathan Chasing Horse.
Former actor and accused cult leader is facing several felony charges, including sexual assault.
The investigation spanning multiple countries involving federal investigators and tribal officials.
In 2023, SWAT officers raided Chasing Horse's home. He's been behind bars ever since and has always denied all wrongdoing.
Nathan Chasing Horse spun a web of abuse, caught many girls in that web.
His attorney saying the allegations are lies.
This is a criminal case. It's based on evidence. And there's quite literally no evidence.
The journey behind the gut-wrenching testimony.
No one deserves to have what happened to us. Actually, I do need 5 minutes, okay?
Yes.
A stunning conclusion to a story Nightline has been following for nearly 3 years.
Indigenous culture is beautiful. It's the people that misuse it that are ugly. He didn't help a damn person.
Getting a rare glimpse into Chasing Horse's controversial spiritual group, The Circle.
You can't question the guy. He's the all-knowing.
Who uses a child? Who uses the love for their parent as a weapon? Who does that?
What will be his fate?
This is your baby shower?
I first met Corinna, who goes by Ren, in 2023. She says from the moment she met Chasing Horse, he drew her in.
How old were you when you first met him?
I was 7. And I remember thinking he was one of the most beautiful people I'd ever seen. He had a way of just like swallowing the energy wherever he was.
Ren's mother, Melissa Leone, became a follower of Chasing Horse. Like her, he's Lakota, the largest tribe of the Sioux Nation, known for fabled warriors like Sitting Bull, who defeated the U.S. Army at Little Bighorn.
I was really raised in a white home. I wasn't raised Native.
How important was it to rediscover that?
Oh, it was like the lights being turned on in a dark room. It felt so open. It felt so loving.
Ren and Melissa say they believed Chasing Horse for more than a decade. He kept his inner circle close, Ren and Melissa a part of it, accompanying him in videos posted online.
He used our spirituality to trap us.
As she got older, Ren's talent in traditional dances, like jingle dancing, was often showcased at powwows. Chasing Horse would have her upload these videos to YouTube. In 2012, Melissa says she was given a grim cancer diagnosis, and she turned to her spiritual leader, Chasing Horse.
He said that's okay. Send Ren and ask for ceremony.
So Ren obeyed. She went to see Chasing Horse at his Vegas home. She says she had no idea she was walking into danger.
He had taken me into a closet, and the spirits had come in. There was a rattle. They had said that my mom had gotten sick because of her own anger.
So you were asked to sacrifice yourself to save your mom?
Yeah. He said that it would cost me my virginity. I had tried saying no at first, and he said that if I didn't, that my mom would die and she wouldn't get help. He had raped me shortly after that, yeah.
Ren was just 14.
I just kept remember thinking that this is for your mom.
As a 25-year-old, you know what consent means. Did you give consent?
No.
Were you able to give consent?
No.
That would be the first of many times Chasing Horse sexually assaulted Ren. Melissa says she had no idea what her daughter was enduring.
Makes me feel like the worst mother on the planet. Like it's unforgivable. And how she held that for so long.
Can you articulate why you didn't tell her?
He said that it was a sacred promise between him, me, and the spirits, and that if I told, that my mom would get sick again.
Mary Catherine Nagel is a citizen of the Cherokee Nation and an attorney who works closely with Indigenous victims of violence and sexual assault.
Our religious leaders, our spiritual leaders, they are trusted. And when they violate that trust, it's incredibly damaging.
More than 50% of Native American and Alaskan Native women will experience sexual violence in their lifetimes.
Individual perpetrators have to be held accountable. It's hard, though, because I think the stigma on our communities is so incredibly strong. So there's a lot of pressure to shove it under the rug, hide it.
Ren says that when she was 16, after years of keeping Chasing Horse's alleged physical advances secret, she told her mom that she was in love and wanted to become one of his spiritual wives. I've heard some people suggest that perhaps your mother should have been able to protect you.
I get really upset when they try saying that, because there's no way my mom could have known. The way he disconnected all of us wives from our families, I had to make myself so small to be there.
Chasing Horse allegedly had at least 6 spiritual wives at the same time.
He had me change my name when I was 18.
What did you change it to?
Chasing Horse. We all couldn't get married to him legally, so he had us all legally change our last names.
Ren says he encouraged them to get tattoos to match his. Why spiders?
The spirits that he believed in, they were spider spirits.
After nearly a decade, Ren finally left the circle in 2021 when she was 23. Do you think of yourself as a survivor?
It's interesting. No. I did not survive that. The person I was did not survive that. So no, I'm not a survivor.
Even years later, she's still reeling from that loss.
So I feel like the important parts of me are still here, but he took that little girl from me. but I like who I am now. I like the strength I have found in myself now.
Wren used that strength to come forward to authorities, helping build a criminal case against the so-called medicine man. Chasing Horse's trial finally began this past January on 21 felony counts connected to Wren and at least 2 others. Prosecutors painting him as a man who used and abused his power to take advantage of young women.
Your body is no longer yours. Those are the words of Nathan Chasing Horse to 14-year-old Corinna.
It's not a criminal case. In fact, it's a divorce case. That's what it really is.
In turn, the defense painting Wren as a scorned ex-wife.
This isn't some sex cult. This isn't some bizarre pedophile at large running around. This is a aggrieved wife, one of 6, who's mad at her husband, who then files false allegations.
How could this be a divorce case if it started when I was 14 and he was 32?
Coming up, Wren takes the stand.
It was end all be all.
Plus, the shocking moment Chasing Horse addresses the court. At Nathan Chasing Horse's trial, several witnesses testified about the darker side of the self-described medicine man. From former followers like Wren's mom, Melissa.
If you had known what happened the night she arrived in Nevada, would you have agreed to allow Nathan to take her to ceremonies?
Never.
To others who say he sexually assaulted them, too.
He got on top of me. He held my wrist down. Like this. And he laid his whole body weight on top of me.
Did you want that to happen?
No.
Did you tell him no?
Yes.
Prosecutors also showed the jury a graphic video they say depicts Chasing Horse sexually abusing an underage girl.
Based on your review of the video, what age did you estimate that child to be?
11 or 13 years old.
The defense tried to dispute the age of the girl in the video. They also called a distant cousin of Chasing Horse to contradict Wren.
When Corinna was 13, 14, 15, was there any reports at all that Nate had been inappropriate with her?
Never. Never.
Literally, I'm on a countdown. Sorry, I can't sit still.
But it was Wren's testimony that dominated the trial.
Well, there's nothing that could have fully prepared me for everything I was feeling in that courtroom.
You got the truth. So help you God.
He wasn't going to see me crumble, and he wasn't going to see me be intimidated by him anymore.
Over 3 days, Wren told her story to the jury.
Did you want to have sex with him that day?
No.
Did you feel like you could say no?
No.
Who told you that anything bad about you was your fault?
Nathan.
Nathan would remind you that you were a bad person.
Correct.
I felt pieces of me coming back. He had to sit there and listen to what he did to not just me, but to the other victims. It was a pleasure to watch him have to listen to his own actions for once.
Chasing Horse's attorney firing back.
There's no DNA, there's no physical examination, there's no independent eyewitnesses. There's quite literally nothing that supports this story.
Correct.
For Wren and other Indigenous women, this trial was so much bigger than just one man. Wren and others donning yellow ribbons to draw attention to the plight of missing and murdered Indigenous women whose cases rarely make it into a courtroom.
Indigenous women, like the statistics of them being trafficked, of them being murdered, like is much higher than even other minorities. A lot of these women just don't get the justice or they're silenced. And we have seen it time and time and again.
After 2 days of deliberation, the jury came back with a verdict.
Verdict. We, the jury, in the above entitled case, find the defendant, Nathan Chasing Horse, as follows. Count 1. Sexual assault with a minor under 16 years of age, CCH, guilty of sexual assault with a minor under 16 years of age.
Nathan Chasinghorse was convicted on 13 of the 21 charges brought against him, many of them connected to Wren, including 10 counts of sexual assault of a minor. He was also found guilty of 1 count of possession of child pornography.
My hopes are that with this case, it'll set a precedent for any of these predators that are like Nathan Chasinghorse, to show that you will be held accountable. I hope he gets the full extent of the law of what's possible.
While he never testified at trial, at his sentencing earlier this week, he remained defiant.
I do not stand under these charges. I deny them. I do not do these things. And this is a miscarriage of justice. Thank you.
A chorus of survivors loudly saying otherwise.
For nearly 2 decades, Nathan Chasinghorse did not simply abuse us. He dismantled us methodically, deliberately, with a smile on his face.
I will rebuild my life, reclaim my voice, and continue fighting for the future that I deserve.
Wren invoking the words her abuser once told her.
A life for a life. That is the promise he made me make all those years ago when I didn't understand the extent of what he was asking me. I think it's only fitting that you ask the same of him here today. One for every life he has scarred and hurt, a life for the inability to change, and a warning to all of those who think they can get away for doing the same.
One day before his 50th birthday, the judge sentenced him to life in prison with the eligibility of parole after 37 years.
It strikes me that, Mr. Chasinghorse, that you can stand here and say that you are not guilty. You preyed on these women's trust and their spirituality, and you manipulated them for your own personal gratification.
ABC News reached out to Chasinghorse's attorney for comment and did not receive a response.
It was like a weight had been lifted off of my shoulders, like what I did was actually enough, that this wasn't for nothing.
As he was let out of court, Wren giving Chasinghorse one final message.
I was like, this is going to be the one time I'm going to be able to see this from this perspective. And like he was going through the door and I just waved.
We'll be right back.
Hold on. Proper hug.
To the world, Wren Leon LaCroix may seem like your normal 28-year-old. She has a stable job and lives with her boyfriend. They even have a puppy. It may seem simple, but after putting her life on hold for so long, this normal is the culmination of everything Wren has worked so hard to build.
I will never diminish myself ever again. I'm very strong now, and I feel good in my own skin for the first time in my life.
For all she's fought to get back, she still can't bring herself to do the dances she once loved.
There's a piece of my spirit missing when it comes to my culture and my bloodline that I'm not sure I'm gonna get back. I'm ready for my life to be my life, whatever that looks like.